Welcome to the podcast that will teach you how to successfully invest in and build steady streams of passive income from the highly lucrative niche of mobile home park investing. Veteran real estate investors Kevin Bupp and Charles Dehart from Mobile Home Park Academy will personally share with you the valuable lessons they've learned along their journey as mobile home park investors, so that you too can learn how to build massive cash flow and huge profits from this extremely lucrative niche. So without further ado, let's welcome your hosts for today's show, Kevin Bupp and Charles Dehart.
Welcome, guys and gals, to the Mobile Home Park Academy's weekly podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Bupp, and just in case you're tuning in for the very first time, I want to let you know that today's episode is a little different from our normal weekly show. But don't you worry, I'm still 100% positive that you'll find a ton of value if mobile home park investing is what you came here to learn about. You see, many months ago, actually a little bit more than a year and a half ago to be exact, Charles and I, we created 21 special release episodes showcasing the 21 biggest mistakes that we see new investors make when entering into the mobile home park business. And our original intent was to release one episode per week in addition to our normal weekly segment. But sadly, we got sidetracked and we only ever released the first 7 shows. In fact, you can actually go back and listen to these first 7 mistakes by going and listening to episodes number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14 on our podcast. And I would actually suggest that you do that if you haven't done so already. And so as a special treat, we're actually going to be posting 2 to 3 episodes each and every week until we get all 21 of them out. And then after that, we'll resume our usual weekly schedule of mobile home park investing awesomeness. And if you haven't done so already, go download a copy of our free ebook so that you can use it as a reference manual and take notes as you listen to all these 21 mistakes. I'm sure you'll be glad that you did. And one quick disclaimer, as you go through this special series, these episodes were recorded more than a year and a half ago, and so some of the references that we make might seem a little dated. But rest assured, the fundamentals haven't changed one bit. So in today's show, we'll be covering mistake number 17, where we'll discuss capitalizing revenue received from unstable income sources and how this can create valuations that are falsely inflated and won't stand the test of time. But before we get on to mistake number 17, I want to quickly go through a few laundry list items. The first one is the Mobile Home Park Academy is finally live, guys. It's here. It's here and it's open for business. Yes, you heard me correctly. The long-awaited Mobile Home Park Academy that you heard Charles and I talking about for such a long time, it's now live and open for business. Charles and I, we've been busting our butts for the past year and a half, putting this program together, and can confidently say that it's hands down the most comprehensive training on mobile home park investing that you'll ever find. Charles and I, we've been through every boot camp, we've read every book, and we've attended every industry roundtable, mastermind, and anything else you could think of, and this program blows them all away. So you think you want to master the art of market analysis so that you can ensure you're only buying parks in the most profitable markets? We'll show you how to do that. You want to learn the exact step-by-step process that we use to build a highly targeted database of mobile home parks that meet your exact acquisition criteria? Done. We'll show you how to do it in the Academy as well. Do you want to learn the negotiation tactics that we use to persuade owners to sell us their parks using owner financing? We'll show you how to do that too. You want to learn how to successfully raise all the private capital that you could ever need to get your deals done? We'll show you how to do that as well. What if you knew how to create a steady stream of highly qualified off-market leads that met your exact criteria? Better yet, we'll show you how to build a steady stream and not have to rely on brokers to bring you deals. And even better than that, you won't be competing with other buyers who would drive the price up. We're going to show you how to do that in the Academy, okay? Bottom line, if you want to learn how to be successful and enter into this niche and avoid all the common mistakes that new park investors make, then you owe it to yourself to check out the Academy. Charles and I, we love helping others who share the same passion for this business, and we'd love to help you, okay? And just to give you a small little tasting or sampling of what the Academy is all about, Charles and I put together a free 2-hour in-depth web class so that you can get a small just example of what you might expect from the full-blown Mobile Home Park Academy. You can register for this web class by going to mobilehomeparkacademy.com. And one last thing, we are so confident in what we've created in the Academy that we are even offering a 100% no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee for those who make the commitment to move the needle forward with us, okay? And so if that wasn't exciting enough, guys, in addition to the Mobile Home Park Academy, I'm proud to say that we've finally released our highly anticipated mobile home park investment fund. It's live and it's now open for business. So if you have any interest whatsoever in partnering with us on future mobile home park deals, go ahead and shoot us an email to partner@mobilehomeparkacademy.com, and almost immediately you'll be sent info on our current partnership offering. Also, in this email is a calendar link to schedule a call with us to have a one-on-one call to discuss the partnership in more detail to see if it might be a good fit for you. And here's another exciting item I want to mention regarding our partnership opportunities. Based on direct feedback from many of you who have shown an interest in partnering with us on deals, but who also have a sincere interest in learning the mechanics of the mobile home park investing business, we are now offering complimentary lifetime memberships to the Mobile Home Park Academy to anyone who decides to partner with us on deals. By doing this, we're allowing those who invest with us a first-hand experience of the internal workings of our business. So not only will you get to participate in deals with us, but you'll also have the opportunity to learn the exact systems and processes that we use in our very own business. Maybe one day you want to go out and do your own deals. If that's the case, then you'll have all the wisdom and knowledge necessary while simultaneously partnering with a team who has a proven track record. To learn about this unique investment and partnership opportunity, again, send an email to partner@mobilehomeparkacademy.com to receive information on our most recent investment offering. I can tell you that this offer is limited and it will be on a first-come, first-served basis. So if you have any interest whatsoever, reach out to us and let's have a talk and see if it's a good fit, okay? Next item on the agenda, if you're an active mobile home park investor who owns one or more parks, Charles, we want to speak with you. We're looking for experienced operators, both big and small, to share their story with us on a future episode. There's so much to be learned from these personal journeys, and we want to help others benefit from your experience, okay? So if you'd like to learn more about becoming a future guest on a show, please send us an email to mobilehomeparkacademy@gmail.com. We'd love to have you as a guest, and we love to share your experience and your story with our listeners. And lastly, if you ever find yourself in the Tampa Bay area, be sure to look us up, as we love meeting others who share our same passion for the mobile home park space. Go ahead and shoot us an email, mobilehomeparkacademy@gmail.com, and let us know what your travel plans are, and we'll try to coordinate while you're here in town. Okay, guys, so now let's get on to the part of the show that you've been waiting for, which is our Biggest Mistakes special series. So here we go.
Welcome, guys and gals, to the Mobile Home Park Academy's special series on the 21 biggest mistakes new investors make when purchasing their first mobile home park and how you can avoid them. I'm your host, Kevin Bupp, along with my co-host and business partner, Charles Dehart. Charles, tell our listeners about the big mistake we're going to be covering today.
Thanks, Kevin. Big mistake number 17 is capitalizing revenue received from unstable income sources. And here's why this is important. This is a very easy way to overpay for a mobile home park on some unstable revenue sources.
Okay, and what do you mean by unstable income sources? I mean, what would they be? Give us an example.
A lot of times these sources are, in the form of application fees. There'll be little single-family homes that come with the property, things like that.
Okay, so let's give a hypothetical situation here. We're looking at a mobile home park. Let's say it's a 50-space park, but it's got a single-family home that comes with it as well that is a rental. It's rented out. What would we do? Would we go ahead and separate those two assets, the single-family home and the trailer park, and just put take a comparative sales approach on the home itself? And then capitalize the park and then combine the two? Is that how we look at it, or what? What are you recommending?
I would typically on that scenario, if the home can be parceled off, then you would probably do a comparative sales approach with a wholesale value on that home. Mm-hmm. You have to look and see what that rent is. Maybe if you capitalize that revenue, that you could maybe cut that home price in half.
Okay. Is it very common that we see sellers putting into their financials as actual income, application fees and late fees and things like that?
Absolutely. It happens all the time.
Okay, but those should not be in there, correct? We should not be capitalizing those income or that revenue.
I don't feel like you should, because the application fee, in reality, it's only really charged to cover your fee to do the credit check.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. And so what are some of the other items then? What are some of the other unstable income sources? We talked about a single-family home, but there's you find parks a lot of times they may even have like a central laundry facility area. You may find parks that have storage units on them. So talk to me about that, Charles, a little bit, and how do we assess those different types of scenarios when it's not just a park, but it's got some other income sources attached to it?
Well, I also like Another one to cover is late fees. We oftentimes see late fees that are in excess of, they're basically 10% of the gross revenue, and that's never a good sign. That you don't want to see that your tenants are necessarily paying late. It's great when you have those tenants and they always pay, but it does point to an unstable tenant base.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And actually, there's something else here that we just experienced recently on a park that we had under contract in Iowa, which represents another source of unstable income. Which this park was 99% of it was a mobile home park, but it was also set up to where it could accept temporary RVs, travel trailers and things of that nature. And there were some temporary work projects going on in this area, and two of the residents in this park were travel trailer RVs that were there to do temporary work. I mean, contract work. It wasn't long-term work. And the seller was selling this park based on these being part of the full-time revenue. And that's just not the case. And we knew that sooner or later, within a matter of months, that income would probably be gone. So, we were willing to give like a 50% face value to that income there, but not give it 100%. So, Charles, how do you feel about that? You felt the same way on that particular deal, didn't you?
Absolutely, and I think even those two tenants, I think both of them lost their jobs recently as well.
One of them did, yeah. One of them hadn't even paid for 2 months, so
right. So
you pretty much have to eliminate that one from the rent roll.
He definitely got left off. And I'd also like to add, you'll see those, like you mentioned before, laundry facilities. What little revenue might come from a laundry facility? You're ultimately better off just shutting that thing down to save yourself all of the liability worry. And then, anything else that comes with it, small apartments, self-storage, any kind of commercial or office, you have to think, what the stigma is for the populace is that this self-storage facility or this apartment building is next to a trailer park or in front of a trailer park or maybe inside of a trailer park. So it's not necessarily going to be, fetching the market rent. So you have to be very conservative when evaluating those.
Okay, so then how do we educate brokers or sellers when they're actually using these types of items on their financial statements as income?
Typically with late fees and application fees, I just go through the same process I went through with you. Is that if their late fees are really that significant, then they're stable. Their tenant base is not that stable, and then the application fees again they're there to offset the cost of going through all the credit checks and everything else. Okay. And I think most sellers know that when they own self-storage and commercial or office inside of a mobile home park, that it really just isn't that valuable.
Yeah, except one situation I think we had over the past few months with a park in Tennessee. There was a mobile home park that was actually it was built by the original developer of the park. So it was on the same parcel as the park, and it was a nice home. I mean, it was a brick home, 2,000 square feet, an in-ground pool. Really nice property, but it was in a mobile home park. I mean, it was on the outer corner of it, but it was part of the mobile home park. And we actually ran into a little bit of a challenge with negotiating the price with the seller because he was basically wanting retail for this single-family home. He was taking the comparative sales approach based on comps in the area, but would not take into account that this home sat in a mobile home park. And I don't know about you, but I am not going to pay retail. In fact, I wouldn't move into the home because it was in a mobile home park, let alone pay retail for it. So there's definitely you gotta look at each scenario individually. But in that situation, that actually killed the deal because there was about a $50,000 or $60,000 variance there that we needed to have in terms of a price reduction, and he wasn't willing to give it. And it was really because that single-family home was not worth what he thought it was worth. But, Charles, anything else to add to that?
I think the only thing that I would add is that just be very, very conservative with these income sources.
Yep, very conservative. You'll never harm yourself by being conservative, so be overly conservative. And, guys, that's all we have for today's episode. Before we say goodbye, Charles and I would like to ask a small favor of you if we could. If you enjoyed this show and you feel that the information that was shared with you adds value to you and your business, then please take a minute and show us some love by going over to iTunes and leaving us a 5-star rating and review. To show our appreciation, Charles and I have decided to give you a free gift, which is a copy of the exact cold call script that we use when prospecting the park owners. We've never given this away to anyone before, but we're going to give it to you for free if you just go over to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating and review. And here's how you're going to redeem this free gift from us. After submitting your review to iTunes, go ahead and send us an email to gift at mobilehomeparkacademy.com and tell us who you are and what screen name you use to leave the review, and we'll go ahead and shoot your free gift to you. And this is your host, Kevin Bopp,
and Charles Dehart,
signing off.
Congratulations for taking the necessary steps to achieving massive success through the highly lucrative niche of mobile home park investing. Be sure to visit our website, mobilehomeparkacademy.com, to download your free digital ebook version of the 21 biggest mistakes investors make when buying their first mobile home park and how you can avoid them. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe to our free monthly mobile home park investing newsletter, which is jammed full of valuable tips, tricks, and strategies to help you accelerate your path to success as a mobile home park investor. More information about this podcast and its hosts can be found by visiting mobilehomeparkacademy.com.